Look who's back again! Hi guys. So, recently, which I mean yesterday, I picked up this bad boy that I've been searching for such a long time. I have heard such good things about this book. Such good things about this book. I was thinking we could do a read with me, read ACOTAR with me. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. I bet you over a week, because it's a pretty big book and I've heard it's a little bit slow because it starts the series off. I was thinking, since this is such a big book right now, maybe you guys would want to watch and read along with me and experience the feelings with me. So the beginning half of this read along with me will be spoiler free, and then I'll dive into the book and my afterthoughts after, and I will let you know when the spoilers begin. Already reading just the first page, so detailed. Like, I'm literally one page in. This is the description. When 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal, immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transforms from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairy lands. An ancient wicked shadow is growing. Feyre must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. I'm always so scared to jump into an entire new world because I feel like it gets really confusing when you're first starting the series, and I'm kind of slow with understanding things that are not like real per se. So like, I know I'll learn a lot from reading the first book. I'm sure it world builds, but I'm a little bit nervous that like I'm gonna be really confused. It's very much giving like Hunger Games, like Katniss vibes. We're gonna go to bed, but I will keep you updated. It's the next day, still only on chapter 1. I just finished chapter 3 and it ended on like a cliffhanger, and this is finally when like she's about to get abducted, and I can tell. Not a spoiler because literally the first 3 chapters and it's on the freaking back of the book. Anyway, so I'm gonna start reading chapter 4 so you can see my reaction. This is like so detailed, I can like see it happening. I'm gonna continue reading this, I'll be back. I'm a little bit over 40 pages in now. I just ended the 4th chapter. Some things to note. I hate that her family is just like so awful to her. I'm gonna like look up a photo of what this like thing looks like. Obviously I know there's no movie or anything, but like I'm sure people have done fan art. In my head I was thinking like Jack and the Beanstalk giant, up in the clouds, huge human, like legitimately many feet tall, like 13,000 feet tall. I don't know, this is what somebody drew. What? Some of them have wings? This is so confusing to me. I'm on chapter 7 now. It's gotten a lot better. I definitely think I'm gonna like this book. Ignore this, but plot twist just happened. And the thing is, like, after this chapter, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be done for the night. I'm gonna be done for the night. And then it ends on something that I need to know what happens next. So then I have to keep reading, which I know is like the sign of a good book, but like, okay, false alarm. It was another plot twist, so I got like shocked for no reason. Okay, I'm filming this on my phone because I wasn't filming when I was reading, but like, plot twist! I'm like most of the way through the book. I'm on like chapter 31 or something. I was not expecting that! What in the... Once again, still on my phone, you can probably tell because it's so shaky and bad quality. But I'm a Haley's. Please tell me why it's turning into like a trials. Like, it's giving me like Maze Runner or like the Triwizard Championship like tasks. Please tell me why it's giving that. Why is there so many Hunger Games like similarities? A few of them touched their fingers to their lips, then extended their hands to me. A gesture for the fallen, a farewell to be honored. That's literally just stolen from the Hunger Games. I'm sorry. Okay, so I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I did, considering fantasy's like not my thing. But this book, so it took me like about, I would say, a week to read, just because like, I don't know, I had some other things I was reading that I wanted to read. I'm gonna give a non-spoiler review and then a spoiler review. I rated it a 4.75. 4.75. That's pretty good for me, especially for a fantasy book. In my review, I said, I was nervous to begin this series at first, considering many have said the first book is slow, but I didn't think this at all. This is the first fantasy book / series I have read besides the Harry Potter series, and I was also nervous to start as it's an entirely new world within a book genre I'm unfamiliar with, but once I understood a majority of the world, it was extremely fun to immerse myself in this book. The writing was fantastic and I loved the storyline. And I stand by all of that. I was really nervous to get into this book because like fantasy books are really hard for me because like it is an entirely new world that you're like jumping into. It's kind of like scary and really confusing as you first like begin. Since I have had a friend, Ava, read this book before, it was really nice to be able to go to her and be like, am I pronouncing this right? Am I understanding this correctly? And she was really helpful when it came to that. Since I was able to go to Ava and like ask these questions, it honestly really helped my understanding of this book. But overall, I really did enjoy this, and with that being said, of course I picked up the second book, guys. Even if you don't like fantasy, I really do recommend reading this because like I said, I don't really read fantasy. The books that I enjoy are like thriller and horror books. This is clearly far from that, and I loved it. It's one of like my highest rated books. Now going to the spoiler section, if you have not read this book, please click off the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you stick around for my next couple videos coming up. If you have read the book or you want to know spoilers, I'm gonna tell you kind of in depth what I really did think. But there were some things where it was a little bit too similar to other books. Specifically, I got a lot of Hunger Games vibes from this. The main character is a hunter just like Katniss. She's in poverty, she's providing for her family, and she lost one of her parents. So in this case, she lost her mom, but you know, Hunger Games, she lost her dad. When Feyre does go to Perithian, she's like pampered, waxed. They bring her to like the bath and bathe her and everything, and that was 100% giving, like being taken to Panem and being entered in the games, and when you have to get all like ready for the cameras. But what really took me out, when they fucking mention how people like kiss their fingers and put it up in honor of the lost and like braveness or whatever the fuck. That's straight up stolen from the Hunger Games. I'm sorry, but when I read that, I imagined. But overall, besides all of that, I really did enjoy this. Some of the plot twists, like how throughout the book, like it should have been kind of obvious, but we didn't really realize Tamlin's lies and like what actually was the curse until almost the ending of the book when she gets like trapped under the mountain. I was like shook. I was not expecting that plot twist of like purposely sent his friends out to get killed, finding the human, taking her back home and making her fall in love with him, and then having to say I love you. She could have said I love you and she never did, and it just caused that entire problem. I just wanted to say that I really did enjoy this book, and I'm really excited for the second book. I stick with my 4.75 rating, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you kind of agreed with what I said. If not, tell me why. I know some people really didn't like the book, and I'm like curious. Some people like just hate the series, and I'm like, it's either like a love or a hate. So that's like intriguing to me. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with my next ACOTAR reading.